Welcome to another episode of Making Sales Social Live, where today we're going to talk all about LinkedIn notifications.
Welcome to Making Sales Social Live, as we share LinkedIn and social selling training, strategies, and tips that will have an immediate impact on your business. Join Bill McCormick, Bryn Tillman, and me, Bob Woods, every week. Making Sales Social Live. This is the recorded version of our weekly Making Sales Social Live show. Yes, they're not annoying. Trust us, they're not annoying at all. Sometimes I hear that from people. Oh my God, why does LinkedIn just do this to me all the time? It's like, no, they're important. They're really important, especially if you're in social selling.
Yeah, so let's talk about why they're important, right? Like these are opportunities to start conversations.
Yeah, it's just like if your doorbell rings, you don't ignore it, right? You go and you answer the door. Your phones, it dings with a text message. You may ignore the text message, but you don't ignore the phone. You look and see. And so, like Bryn says, these are great opportunities to start conversations. And I don't think people realize how many different types of notifications there are, right, Bryn?
Let's talk about some of the ones that I love. I am going to start with my favorite one, and one that everyone knows about, but very few people do anything except a congrats, which is new job, right? So one of the notifications we get in LinkedIn is when someone either gets a promotion or has a new role inside of an existing company, or they took on a new role. It's a completely new company and it's a new position. So here's what happens. A few things, right? Like you see there's a new position, you click through and you see lots of people that are like, congratulations, good luck, all these things, right? So you can certainly add a congratulations. Another thing you can do when you get that notification, if you know them well, is give them a kudos, right? Put out a kudos congratulating them on their new job. Then you're really standing out. And the last thing I'll say on getting a new job that you could do is put them on the tickler so you congratulate them. Wait a week or two once they settle and all those notifications stop, and then reach out again to start a conversation. And I would typically reach out on mobile and send a little video congratulating them at that point.
And I would hesitate to use the templated, whatever LinkedIn suggests you use, because they're going to get so many of them. And I'll just go one step further. If they left the job and they're your contact, maybe they're your buyer or your prospect, maybe do a little research and find out who took their place and congratulate them. And that way now you've created two opportunities out of one.
That's brilliant. What's another notification, Bob, that you like?
Profile views.
Why do you like that, Bob?
Because it tells me when someone has, as the kids would say, peeped me on my profile. So that represents an opportunity to potentially start a conversation depending on who they are and if they're first or second degree and things like that. If they're first degree, you could just simply type a really quick message and just say, hey, I noticed you viewed my profile. Is there anything I can do for you? That simple. Doesn't really need to be complex.
Great question. The one I typically say is, may I ask what brought you to my profile?
That's another great one.
Yeah. So I love that.
Great one.
What do you do if they're a second degree connection?
If they're a second degree connection, you can look at their profile and see if there's any reason why you would want to be connected with them. At that point, you would use a typical type of message that we use, except the difference is because they viewed your profile, you are already in their mind because for whatever reason, they took time out to view your profile. So you could then send a connection request at that point with a note saying, Bryn, thank you for visiting my profile. I looked at yours and discovered blah, blah, blah. Basically something that connects with you about them that within their profile. And then you could just quickly ask for a connection at that point.
With a PS, may I ask how you found me?
Yes, exactly.
Right. And, we're talking about using notifications to start a conversation. Just the connection request. So that's great. But without a question, there's no conversation. There's no, we're not having that back and forth or establishing that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bill, what's one of your favorite notifications?
Engaged on my content.
That's a great
Because
one.
it's all about me. No, not really. We create content because we want engagement. And so often what I see is people posting ghosts. Like they post something, and when people comment on it, there's, as Phil Collins would say, no reply at all. But it's so imperative that when people are engaging on your content, that you reply back, that you comment back, that you thank them for liking the content. Great opportunity to get to send someone a message. If they liked, or maybe they celebrated, but they didn't comment, is send them a message saying, hey, Bob, thank you so much for reacting to that piece of content. I didn't see you comment, but I'm curious, what was it about it that resonated? You know, we talk about hitting the ball in their court like a tennis match. Now you've hit the ball back in their court. Now you're waiting for them to hit back. And also that's going to help you when you engage quickly on comments. That's really going to help that content go and reach further. So I love engaged on content.
Another one I love is the birthdays. Now, I am not consistent enough across the board on this. I used to be a long time ago, where every day I would wish everyone that had a birthday a happy birthday. But I now have 30,000 connections divided by 365 is a lot of people every single day. But I do, when I catch a glimpse of someone who has a birthday, I actually have content that I share that's totally vendor agnostic. It has nothing to do with selling us, but, you know, wanted to send you a little birthday gift in the form of content, and I share some value. So that's something I love to start a conversation as well.
I just got a wild idea, because before this, I actually listed several different types of notifications. So I want to play a little game. Okay. So, and also knowing that there might be a spot open for a Jeopardy host, I'm kind of doing this as my demo as well. Although you don't have to put your answer in the form of a question. So here are some of the types. I want one of you to buzz in maybe and just give one real quick thing about it.
Okay.
And I'm probably not going to get any. Okay. So Bryn has her buzzer ready. Let's go. Mentions in other people's content. Bryn.
Okay. So mention in other people's content. Now, there are a couple things. I love when I'm mentioned when the content is relevant and it's by someone that already has established some kind of credibility with me. So I think when you're mentioned, and you go in there, typically there's other people mentioned as well. This is an opportunity to engage with them and the other people commenting.
Judges say that's correct.
Can we hear Bill's perspective?
We can hear Bill's perspective too.
So I agree with you. And actually, this just happened to me today. I was mentioned by Larry Levine, and it was a great opportunity for me to go in and engage on that content, and even engage because he mentioned a company page that I help with. And so I was able to go in and engage as the company page also. So it's a great opportunity, again, to have some conversation. And I even messaged Larry and thanked him privately. Again, we're talking about tactics to start conversations. And I'd say that even if you were tagged and the content wasn't relevant, it may be an opportunity to reach out to that person and say, hey, I was curious, why did you tag me? Why did you mention me on that? You know, and it's an opportunity to have a conversation.
Love that.
100 points, Bill, as well. I have a feeling this is going to end up in a tie. The next one that we have is alerts for comments in content you've engaged in.
Okay, go ahead, Bill.
So this is a little different than content that you created. This is you commented and someone else replied to your comment or mentioned you in a comment in that post. Again, great opportunity on a couple of levels. We're looking to have conversations, but now you've commented on someone else's post and another person is engaged. Chances are that person is probably a second or a third degree connection. So it's an opportunity to look at that person and see, is this someone that I want in my network? Again, this happened just the other day. And it was like 3 degrees of separation that I commented on something and somebody challenged me and asked me a question on it. And we had a little back and forth. And I immediately messaged him offline. Hey, thank you so much for saying what you did. It really made me think. I love to have people like you in my network. Take a look at my profile. If you think it makes sense, let's connect. We connected, and next week we're having a conversation.
I love that. Okay, one more.
Okay, so those people are reacting to posts.
Okay, I'm going to talk through this.
Bryn,
So people are reacting to if there's a hashtag you're following.
hashtag you're following
Okay.
that or a subject that you're interested in, and the LinkedIn algorithm brings that into your notifications feed because you wouldn't have seen it otherwise.
Okay, and it could also come across as something is trending in a hashtag that you're following.
Yeah,
Okay.
that type of thing.
Okay, I love that. And you're right, it doesn't happen a lot, but when it does, it's pretty cool, right?
Mhm.
And so I think that's a great opportunity because LinkedIn has identified based on your past activity, which includes potentially engaging on particular content with hashtags or using those. And that activity now is trending or getting lots of activity. They're saying, hey, join the conversation.
Mhm.
And so this is amazing because in what Bob said is you really would never have seen that. And this is a great way to start to kind of bring in a whole new kind of sphere of people because it's not particularly content that your network shared, but topic that you typically engage on. How'd I do?
Judges say, ding, 100 points. And this game is going to end, as I predicted, in a tie. Congratulations, everyone.
So I think that, the bottom line is LinkedIn uses a bell as the icon for the notifications. You'll see a red circle with a number on it as the number you have open. And when you open those up, those will be blue, the ones that you haven't looked at.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it's an opportunity. It's a moment in time for you to stop and look through and say, okay, I'm going to take 10 minutes or 15 minutes, set time on your phone and say for the next 10 or 15 or 20 minutes, I'm going to go through and I'm going to reply and respond to these notifications and look for opportunities to have conversations because that's going to, again, build your credibility, build your network. So your network aren't just names on a piece of paper or names on a My Network space, but they're actually people that you've had interaction with. And as your network grows, your influence grows, your credibility grows, your net worth grows, and you have more opportunities for sales. So that's notifications in a nutshell.
Thank you guys for a wonderful conversation on notification.
Yeah, and we'll see you next time on Making Sales Social Live. Bye-bye, everyone.
Don't miss an episode. Visit socialsaleslink.com/podcast. Leave a review down below. Tell us what you think, what you learned, and what you want to hear from us next. Register for free resources at linkedinlibrary.com. You can also listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and Google Play. Visit our website, socialsaleslink.com, for more information.